Welcome back to Obscurus Gaming, and today we're playing Rivertales Stronger Together, a two-player co-op game released just a couple of days ago to the Switch. While there is a single-player mode for Rivertales, this game is completely meant to be played in two-player local co-op, with one player playing as Furple, the purple cat, and the other as Finn, a fish. The game originally started a couple years ago as a Kickstarter, then was in early access on Steam for a while, and is now seeing its light of day on the Switch, so you know I enjoy local co-op games. Time to see how it plays. The premise of Rivertales is simple and is told through some delightfully animated cutscenes. There is an omnipresent wolf that is watching your move as you go on your adventure downriver as Furple and Finn. The game contains several environments with a few chapters in each, starting in a more tropical setting and eventually finding your way through caves and an icy world. Each environment ends with a unique boss before you find your way back at Beaver Base Camp. At Base Camp, you can replay levels, purchase skins, view your collectibles, and even distract yourself with a couple minigames. But let's talk about the actual gameplay. As Furple the cat, you will mostly jump your way through some basic platforming from rock to land as you cannot touch water at all. As Finn the fish, you will swim your way through the same river obstacles, but you can also jump out of the water as long as you don't touch land. Both players can help each other out by pulling levers and solving puzzles to help get your friend to the next section. The game also introduces some level-specific mechanics, so the changing environments are not just for aesthetic purposes. Besides just making your way down each level, there are beats to collect, which acts as in-game currency for skins, and what the game calls finding rainbow birds. These birds are hidden collectibles throughout each level, usually a half dozen or so, and can be quite tricky to find at times. We really enjoyed going back and trying to find them all, which adds a good bit of replay value to the experience. I'd say to complete the game and find all the birds, you're looking at roughly 10 to maybe a dozen hours of gameplay. The game is presented in a mostly linear, almost 2.5D style with a static camera. It kind of reminds me of the camera style in the Crash Bandicoot games, where it gives you a chance to explore around and find alternate areas by following your characters, but for the most part you know the general direction you're heading in, and you have to jump your way towards your goals. There are also some fun chase sequences, and the bosses have enough variety and challenge to break up the more linear platforming sections. Also, between each chapter, you can take a raft to your base camp run by beavers, where I purchased a donut for Furple and thoroughly enjoyed what that looked like the rest of the game. The artistry in Rivertales is top-notch. The hand-drawn, cel-shaded style fits this game perfectly and really pops on screen. I would say the only negative about the game comes from the technical side. Because of the somewhat static camera, sometimes it can be a little tricky to see where to jump to when playing as the cat, but this is more of a feel thing that you'll overcome quickly. The frame rate also dips a little bit at times, with more loading screens than there should be, but this is my only quip in what is otherwise a near flawless experience. The game's focus on fun and co-op shines through, and even though there is a very difficult single-player mode here, this should only be purchased if you have someone to play with, but at the same time you absolutely have to play it if you have anyone to play with. A spouse, child, friend, maybe even a dog. Almost anyone can enjoy Rivertales. In the end, Rivertales is probably the best local co-op game I've played this year. It balances difficulty and fun almost perfectly and can be enjoyed by almost any level of skill. Younger players may struggle with a couple sections, but the frequent checkpoints eliminates almost any frustrations. And more experienced players will find the game challenging enough to be worth their time. The constant feeling of moving downriver to the end is fantastic, and with a game designed with co-op completely in mind, it shoots to the top of my list as one of the best local co-op options on the Switch. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Definitely pick up River Tales Stronger Together, and I'll catch you next time.